All right, what's going on there, folks? Good evening. It is the Earthmaster back here on this Wednesday night, October 11th, 2023, 11:07 p.m. California time here. Latest activity shows a 3.8 down into the region of New Zealand, sitting down in there between quite a bit of earthquake activity here recently. Keep an eye on this area. Also, see what else we got here across the region on the USGS map. California lighting up here slightly with a little bit of spotty activity across the state of California, where the newest billionaire took place here. Had one lucky winner out here in California winning that Powerball. I can't believe it. One winner. All that money, I think it's like $1.7 billion. Goodness. I don't even know what to say about that. All right, we have seen a little bit of activity out here in the Alaska region. Notice this little cluster of activity out here. We did see a 5.6 earlier this evening, along with, it looks like an aftershock there, 4.4. Pretty deep earthquake activity here across the Aleutian Trench. With this type of movement down dip into the subduction zone, we'll watch areas upstream here potentially for some larger scale movement. A little bit of activity also here in Russia. This is the northern edge here of the Kuril-Kamchatka Trench, with a 4.2 coming in earlier this evening. 112 kilometers deep there into the subduction zone. Slight activity here across the Taiwan area, where we did see the 5.2 earlier this morning. East China Sea, 4.6. Notice this deeper trend of activity occurring out here. And also one more earthquake here in the Izu Trench, but this one is super deep. 452 kilometers deep. Now, if you remember, most of the swarming activity has been very shallow, so now we're getting some deeper movement quakes up here. I don't think we're done yet with this area. I'm not even joking. Keep an eye on this Western Pacific. That earthquake swarm out there was pretty intense, and it's not just for not just for no reason. There's got to be a reason why that kicked up. All right, 6.3 Macquarie Island area earlier this afternoon as well. Pretty large earthquake down there into the fracture zone. This is a divergent boundary out here. Now, that type of activity out there should add further strain up here across the Tonga Trench. Well, basically the Fiji-Tonga Trench area westward along this plate boundary. You can see the arrow movements here. But also at the same time, can't discredit the potential movement here across New Zealand, which sits along the plate boundary. Over the past couple days, we have seen there's been another earthquake out there. Let me see if I can bring that back. 7 days. A couple days ago here. Well, yesterday. But earlier yesterday. It's been off that 24-hour map. We've seen a 5.5 out here. Lots of movement up north. Getting some divergent boundary activity out here. Keep an eye on New Zealand. It does sit within that middle point of the of that plate boundary, and that it should light up. We should be seeing some earthquake activity there across New Zealand here soon. A look at the movement, 3.9 South Island area about 12 minutes ago. Prior to that, looks like some activity there from yesterday or so. And I'm expecting this area to kick up pretty good as far as earthquake activity goes. 3.9, that earthquake is showing up here. Looks like things are already starting to kick back up following that divergent boundary activity around the New Zealand area. But I think a 3.9 is on the lower side of what I'm expecting out here across this region. Not making a forecast or a prediction, but this area should move here, considering all the activity around it here recently. Definitely should be up on the list of higher magnitudes. Kilauea volcano. Yes, we're still kicking up out here. Still seeing some deeper movement quakes, mainly confined out here across south of the Kilauea summit area. Out here in the area of Hawaii that obviously we've been seeing quite a bit of earthquake uptick. Quite a bit of tilt meter inflation out here. Let's go ahead and check out the latest informational statement here from the USGS. Well, the HVO here. This was put out earlier today. The volcano there on the Big Island is currently not erupting. The The area just south of Kilauea summit is showing signs of episodic heightened unrest. No unusual activity for now across the rift zones. That could change in the blink of an eye. Episodic heightened unrest continues in the south summit area of Kilauea, and an eruption in the region from the south to the 1974 events, that's even before I was born, could emerge with little notice. So we're talking about this area right here. Let me show you guys here. Within this region, we could see activation of vents out here, volcanic vents, specifically within this area. No longer looks like they're not really pointing towards the lava lake area anymore, where the last couple eruptions have taken place, but out here in this area where some older vents have taken place here back in 1974. Vents could emerge with little notice, 1 to 2 hours during peaks in this activity. Inflation at the summit remains at about its highest level in over 5 years. So things are building. They have been building for a little while. So we'll continue to watch that. Elevated seismicity is being recorded beneath the south end of Kilauea caldera and extends to the southwest along the trend of December 1974 events. We'll continue to watch that and report back on that if anything changes. I think, though, before we see a break at the surface here, as far as magma movement goes, we're going to see an increase in the multitude of these earthquakes here. Right now, they've been, let's see what we got over the last 7 days here real quick. And that's a lot, no doubt. But look at the confinement here. Notice that we're not seeing it over here across the lava lake area of Kilauea volcano. That means there's a blockage down below. This has been cut off, whether it's due to a collapse here in the plumbing system below, or things have just found an easier route towards the surface. And I believe, looking at this, that we're going to see that eruption take place here soon within this area, no longer at the lava lake area. It's going to be spectacular across this region when it does go. More than likely, it'll be quite the fountaining event that takes place out here across this area. Now, we've had 225 earthquakes in the last week. That's a lot of activity, and it's been confined here to this area around the 1974 vents. So I think we'll see a reactivation of those vents, or at least somewhere nearby. But with that, we need to watch for an increase in the multitude of quakes out here. I'm talking about probably 50 to 100 earthquakes within an hour time frame. If that happens, if you guys see that ongoing, then you know that the eruption's probably taken place and it will break through the surface here soon. But right now, here within the last day, we're only looking at about 16 earthquakes. The earthquake swarm can kick up really quickly. And then we can see the eruption out here across fissures south of the caldera region of Kilauea volcano within about 1 to 2 hours. That's what they stated there on the USGS map. So we'll continue to watch that area. Pahala area showing some activity as well. Nothing going on across the Elohi Seamount. Mauna Loa pretty quiet. One earthquake way up at the summit, but this is a pretty deep earthquake, 45 kilometers beneath this area for a 2.2. Either way, some interesting activity out there for sure. Yellowstone's activity there, the seismograph stations are offline, and I think maybe Timothy, one of our mods here, mentioned as to why. They're doing a little bit of networking work there at the stations, or not at the stations, but at the main office area there. The ones that monitor and report on this area, they are all offline right now as far as the networking goes. So I think they said maybe on Monday, this coming Monday, they'll be back online. So we don't really know what's going on out here at Yellowstone for now. We just got to go with the live stream live seismograph stations here. We got Lake Yellowstone right here, and I'm not really seeing anything kicking up there. So at least we have that to look upon. But far as these stations go, they probably won't be up until early next week due to networking work, so to speak, according to what the USGS mentioned in an email. All right, what else? What else do we have? I'm going to put out that solar eclipse thing tomorrow, I think. We'll see how that goes. Annular eclipse coming up on this weekend. Up here around China border, Laos border, 4.4. 10 kilometers deep for that earthquake. A little bit of movement here across Nepal, 4.8. This area is kind of the middle point between a bunch of activity out here in the western Afghanistan area, and all the swarming out here across the Izu Trench. So I don't know. I don't think we're done yet with all that activity out here. It just, to me, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right as far as this incredible swarm that we've seen here over the past 10 days or so, 11 days there around the Izu Trench, and it just came to a complete halt. It doesn't seem right. I think something's still coming. Caribbean plate here, for the most part, pretty quiet. One earthquake down here off the coast of Nicaragua, 4.2, 42 kilometers deep at the southern end of the Middle America Trench. Far as the tremor map goes tonight, let's go ahead and double check that. 0. Not a whole lot of stress out here across the Cascadia for now. And it's been that way pretty much over the past couple days or so. Space weather activity. Seeing a little bit of sea flare activity here within the last hour or so. The sunspot that has been the source of numerous C and M flares is no longer visible. And see you later, alligator. That is 3451, which is way out here on the western limb now. We are left with quite a few sunspots out here. But to be honest, there's not a whole lot of super sunspots that are capable of producing any X flares out here. A little bit of region down here, very close proximity to one another in that magnetic structure that does harbor some flaring potential from 3460. Right now, 95% chance for a C flare, M flare 35, X flare at around 5% chance or so. But we'll continue to watch these regions here in the coming days. Not a whole lot of auroras out there for now. We have to wait for some major CMEs to be produced, or maybe some other solar event. But for now, things are relatively calm out there. All right, taking a look at the weather forecast out here for the next couple weeks or so. We're going to check out thermodynamics here. We do have some cooler weather out here across the coast right now, or at least California where I live. It's 60. Missy Mimi's has her sweater on. It's not really that cold, but we are looking at below temperatures out here. This is the departure from average for the most part, west coast. A little bit of high pressure coming in here. Warmer temperatures out there into the areas of Central Plains, it looks like. But we switched that up here a little bit. That colder air is going to sweep down into portions of Oklahoma, Nebraska, or Kansas and Nebraska. And look at that cold air settling down. This is all departure from average. The south is going to be, it's going to get a little taste of fall. That includes areas around Florida as well. California going to cook a little bit, slightly, nothing major. I mean, I think I can handle it. I'm not a big fan of the heat. I don't like the heat. Right there, though, that looks a little hot towards the October 19th time frame. A little bit hotter than average. We're looking at maybe some 90s out here again around that time frame. I'm hoping that dissipates. It looks like it will. There we go. Who knows? I mean, look at this massive blast of cold air coming in towards the end of October. Cooler air out here, warmer air. Well, that could spell some severe weather threats out here. That could make a severe line of weather out there on that day. Again, that's way out there into October, end of October. Let me check out the symbol here. I need to go up here to the upper dynamics and see what's going on here. This is right, that's from a couple days ago. There's our cooler weather into the west coast. And look at this. Down there in Florida, you guys are going to be frigid. Well, maybe not frigid, but at least some cooler temperatures coming in. High pressure building up back here. in the West Coast. And I guess we'll just kind of see how this plays out. We're getting into that time period here where things don't stay neutral for too long. You know, they don't stay stagnant. Everything's always moving around. There's high pressure building in, low pressure coming in. It's fall, heading towards that winter month. So things are getting they're getting active out here. So we'll definitely keep an eye on the weather out here. I'm a big fan of the cooler weather, and today wasn't too bad. It was about 75 degrees. For October, that's not bad. A little bit below average here for Northern California, but I'll take it. It's better than seeing 95 or 100, which we have seen in the past couple years. You know, Northern California is not great for weather, unless you like boring weather. All right, what else we got? I think that's about it, folks. A look at the seismograph stations here show relatively calm, quiet conditions. There's not a whole lot going on out there. By the way, member drawing is coming up here in 4 days. Looks like on Sunday we'll be doing the member drawing. So this member drawing, if you're still here with me on this update video, we are giving away, all right, we are giving away $100 gift card to the members. All right, it's a little bit higher than normal. We normally give a $50 Visa or MasterCard, but this month, here in 4 days, we're giving away the $100 Visa or MasterCard or gift card of your choice to the members. We give these member drawings away every single month, and we have been for over a year now. So if you're not a member, we have about, oh goodness, let me see here. Stand by for a second. I haven't really given a shout out here to the members, and I try to here on occasion. Stand by here for a second while I pull up some data. I don't want to show a whole bunch of stuff that I'm on my YouTube channel here on the video. So just stand by here for a second while I get that up, okay? I'll bring this up here real quick. All right. Okay, I can go back here to the screen. All right, so here is our members right now. We have 59 members, and we appreciate every single one of you guys. I think our highest was, we came close to 100 members, so it's dropped down here slightly. So if you're not a member, jump in. The odds of winning are much higher than the Powerball tonight. Trust me. You got a 1 in 60 chance of winning $100. Plus, if you win, far the members go, we also got some really cool pins, Earthmaster pins that we'll be giving out to this the member drawing. So jump on board. 1 in 59 chance right now. Here's our members. I want to go total time on members right now. Jay Fuentes 347. Thank you. One of our all-time members out here. You're on the top of the chart. Look at that. We appreciate you 100%. Me and Miss Mimi's do. In fact, Jay Fuentes 347, I believe, has won at least once here on the member drawing. Maybe twice. I don't remember there. It's been a little while. But either way, all of these guys, if you're a member, are entered into our fishbowl here on the 15th. Again, we'll be giving away $100 to the member. John Didier as well. Thank you very much. Number 2 on the list, Rob52, longtime member. Albert Sanchez Jr. Goodness, you guys are all tied up there. We got 5 people here in line here, pretty much with first place. I'm not for sure why Jay Fuentes 347's on the top. That's just the way that YouTube has it set up here. But all 5 of these guys have been a very long time members, 16 months. They've been here with the channel since the beginning of our members. So we appreciate you guys 100%. Robert Kozowski, you're up there 16 months as well. All these guys here have rejoined. Robert Kozowski has been a committed member and hasn't missed a single month out here for being a member. We appreciate you there, Robert Kozowski, 100%. Ray Addington, not far behind the 16-month time period. Pamela Conley, Maria Park, Joe Kozowski. the bash mode, and quite a few of these folks have won already here in the member drawing. I don't know, maybe we'll pick out 2. I don't know. It's not a promise, but we'll see how the day goes. The bash mode, one of our members and also winner as well. Alicia Stanford, Nancy Kozowski, Betty Kelly, Purple Bullet, one of our longtime members and a winner as well. Judy Menzel, I think a lot of these folks have won already. Catherine, Pours Peace, I know that for a fact. Hurricane Heather, Joycelyn Burzik, Mike Moses, Clayton, Juno James, Janice Seiler, Timothy. What's going on there, Timothy? 10 months. Coming up on a year there, Timothy. Laura Bodditt, Kathy Doan, Helen Horn, Craig England, someone. I'm not for sure what that is. Someone has changed their name recently because I don't remember that. I'm going to have to look back on who that was because they've been a member here of 8 months. Someone, not for sure. Lucy Maker, Matthew Dittman, Linda Eaton, Lilu, channel supporters. Thank you very much for being a channel supporter. That's pretty much an upgrade from the super fan. We appreciate you 100% there, Lilu. Unimportant entertainment. 6 months. Alan Gressick, Elizabeth Warman, 6 months as well. Kathleen, one of our, she's lucky one. Hopefully, did you ever play the Powerball there, Kathleen? Probably not. I don't know if you play lottery or not, but Kathleen Westbrook has been a winner here a couple times on the member drawing and also in our 100,000 subscriber giveaway. Kathleen has quite the luck out there. We appreciate you there, Kathleen. 6 months total time here on the channel. Jeannie Baker and Nana, channel supporter. We appreciate you 100% there. 5 months as a channel supporter. Thank you. Harlita Javika, a super fan, 5 months, but Harlita has donated many memberships out here on this channel. You can also donate memberships here to various subscribers. So Harlita has been the #1 donator out there in terms of memberships. We appreciate you there, Harlita Javika, Amanda Little, Rebecca Biggs, the Dot Hacker. Appreciate you there as a super fan. Sacktown Amy, what's up, Sacktown? My hometown down there. Gina Marie Freeland, 3 months, thank you. MST Pear, super fan, thank you. Bitter Harvest, George Harden, Jen Teal, channel supporter for 2 months. Thank you there, Jen. We appreciate you there being a supporter here of this channel. Angela Willock, super fan, 2 months. Debbie Ray, Laura Court, Robert H, 1 month there. Thank you. New member. KT, Dylan Lockwood, Rick. What's going on there, Rick? 27 days. K Clark, super fan there, 24 days. Greg Bennett and I am Valentina, 12 days ago, a member. Get your name up here on this list and get in on that $100 giveaway coming up here in 4 days. I mean, a 1 in 59 chance if you really think about it. Say 10 people join this membership in the next couple days or so. That's still a 1 in 69 chance. That's a pretty good odds, I think, of being picked out there. So get in on this list if you can. Even if it's for a month or so, we appreciate everyone joining in and helping support this channel. And definitely we'll see you guys out here on the 15th for that member drawing. Whoa. I used to hear that noise in the middle of the night, so it's a little weird why that did that. That's my laptop there in the background. I used to run the live stream there on the laptop, and in the middle of the night, it would reset. Let me double check, make sure we're live. We're live. We're streaming 2.7K at 10,000 KBs a second. Looks like we're good. But for some reason, my laptop just reset behind me. Check this out. Last night, and if you know my ghost experiences out here, Missy Mimi's is a very sensitive person when it comes to picking up ghosts and spirits. So, and I've had my share as well. I've had stuff fly off the dresser up here. I've heard noises. I've seen orbs in person. But last night when we were sleeping, we went to bed kind of late, about midnight or so, but about 1 o'clock when I was pretty much asleep, finally, I heard a big boom, like a thump. And at the same time as that, I heard like a high-pitched squeal, like a really weird sound. And I don't have cats in the house. It was not outside because it wouldn't be as loud. I don't think it would have woke us up if there's cats fighting outside. It sounded like it was something inside. But I can't figure out what fell, what hit the ground, or what hit the floor here. But it woke Missy Mimi's up too because she sat up in her sleep and just didn't say anything. I woke up, but I said to Missy Mimi's, I was like, man, it's always something. Because whenever we sleep, there's always something going on, whether somebody with a loud bike, loud truck, stuff falling over, ghosts knocking things over. And last night, that was it. And we're so used to weird stuff going on that I just fell back to sleep after that. It didn't scare me, but I wondered what it was the next morning, and I still don't know what it was. It was loud, and with that loud knock noise, it came with a screech. It was a loud bang and also like a really weird noise. I just can't explain it. And that was it. And that's just one of many, many different things that we've experienced here. And they've kind of picked up. I'm not even joking. It's kind of picked up since Missy Mimi's has moved in with me. I've had a couple events here in my life where I've lived for about 15 years now. That I can't explain, but they've increased here since Missy Mimi's has came in. So not for sure what's going on, but it's definitely a little on the weird side. I just can't explain it. It wasn't my dream because Missy Mimi's woke up too. But I don't know. I may set up the camera here tonight and see if I can't catch something, because apparently there's some type of paranormal stuff going on here. And they don't want us to sleep. All right, moving on here, folks. We do have a 5.4 New Guinea area. Nothing showing up here from the USGS map yet, but it is showing up on the EMSC model. Keep an eye on this area, folks. We're noticing a little trend here. We've lacked, over the past couple days, earthquake activity here across the Izu Trench, but you can only go so far here at the surface levels. So this has apparently caught up. Deeper movement quakes taking place downstream into the Izu Trench now, with adjustment taking place across the northern areas of the Pacific Plate, and now down here across Tonga area and the Fiji region. New Zealand's getting some of it, but I would pay close attention to what's going on here in this middle point, because it seems to kick up whenever we have earthquake activity here across the divergent boundaries, deeper areas of the Kermadec Trench and northward. New Zealand's just having these little bitty quakes right now, and I just don't think that's enough to relieve the strain out here across the plate boundary. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Have yourself a good night, and make sure you jump in on the member drawing. It's coming up in 4 days. So, again, we're giving away $100 this drawing. And it would include, of course, like I say, a gift card, Visa, MasterCard, whatnot, along with a pretty cool Earth Master pin. All right, we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 12th. Have a good one.